first song is called One Voice, and we're inviting you to sing with us at the very end. The chorus goes, in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art.
There is a time to be alone, each one of us a separate being on our own. And there's a time when we conspire to come together and unite our heart's desire to sing in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art, to set aside our differences and realize the gift it is to make a joyous noise in one voice. A place where we can go inside a little private world we call our own. And there's a place we can rise above to unify and celebrate the way we love, to sing in one voice, to feel with one heart, to make a love choice. This is a fine art. Set aside our differences and realize the gift it is to make a joyous noise with one voice. We all are longing for a place where we all belong. There's never been a better time for us all to sing our song.
Here it comes. To sing with one voice, to feel with
One heart, to make a love choice.
This
Is a fine art.
to set us love joy, to feel
With
with
one heart,
to
make
make
a love choice.
this
Is a fine art. To sing with one voice, sing with one voice.
choice.
It is a fine art. Set aside our differences
To
realize the gift it is to raise a joyous noise
with
one voice. Thank you. One voice.
Good morning, Unity. One heart, one God, indeed. Thank you. Dallas, Tally, and Linda have graced us before. They've graced many other Unity churches and New Thought churches throughout the Puget Sound region, and they also do secular music. So we're very delighted and honored to have you with us today. Thank you. You know, they got to shorten this podium. I'm on my tippy toes. Have to get me a box or something. But welcome to the love and the light and the laughter that is unity of South Sound. My name is Dorothy Dubia, and it's my joy and pleasure to welcome you here this morning. If you have any questions or concerns or joys to share, please contact our office during business hours or visit our website at www.unityofsouthsound.org and share them at the coffee hour, your joys. At this time, we also invite you to put your cell phones into a restful mode, into the silence, and we can now relax and reconnect and center in the truth of who we really are. So will you please join us in saying our opening affirmation? There is only one presence, one power, active in my life and in the universe, God, goodness, omnipotence. And our mission statement, inspired by the divine as an inclusive spiritual community, we explore and express our highest potential. And our vision statement, present and centered in divine love, we co-create a peaceful and awakened world. And our core vision, values. We are love, joy, abundance, spirit guided. And now Reverend Megan will lead us in an opening prayer.
What a wonderful opportunity to just be present for a moment, to breathe. And as I light the candle, we'll see if we have to do the manual method. There we go. So we feel the vibration of life in this moment. We open ourselves up to the full experience of the breath that animates us and reminds us we are divine by nature. We stand firm in feeling the energy and the connection of each other in this moment. That we have answered a call to be present, to be a part of this community today. And though we may be dancing with chaos, we also are shifting into the rhythm of life and allowing ourselves to become and express all that we came here to be. And so we hold that intention today for each other, for ourselves, for Unity of South Sound, for the greater community around us, for our country and the world, for all humanity, that we might find a way to remember that our very breath allows us to have this very precious moment and to consider what will we do with it. And so we listen and we know. In the name and through the power of the living presence of the divinity that is who I am, that is active in and through and as me in this moment, we give thanks, and so it is. Amen.
I invite you, if you're able, to please stand and join with our song leader, Michelle Zwasta, for our congregational song.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Woo!
Woohoo! Might as well leave that there.
Now is a time in our service where we get to greet each other with our namaste greeting. If you feel comfortable, you can give your friend an elbow bump. Otherwise, we just invite you to place your hands together and say, Namaste, I behold the divinity you are.
Invite you back to your seats to stand, and we're going to be singing a new song. When I was looking through the list, I saw you had a song called Yes I Am, and then I realized the song that I know called Yes I Am is different. This one's by Daniel Nahmod, and many of your Unity friends know this, so we're going to invite you into just following along, Michelle and I, and you will catch on. It's not that hard.
It's a good one, yeah.
Yes, I am here
Yes,
to
I
love. All right. Yes,
I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. My God.
now here we go to a bridge.
And I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I know forevermore that I am loved. here to learn. Yes, I am here to live. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. Yes, I am here to learn. Yes, I am here to live. Yes, I am here to be the love of God, my God.
And here we go again.
And I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God, my God. Yes, of God, my God.
One more time.
Of God, my God.
Well, that one brought tears to my eyes. Good tears, tears of gratitude. I'd like to read the inspirational message for today. It's a poem by Bernard Kosarudu. We danced among the stars that night when joy had fallen far from flight. We danced under the sun so bright, and when all seemed lost, we held on tight. We danced to the music of hummingbirds, and we danced in the silence when there were no words. We danced in the shadows of fear and doubt, and we danced when we questioned what life is about. We danced among the evergreens that pose for painters' winter scenes. We danced in the winter's bitter chill. When we danced, our world stood still. For that's what love was meant to be, to find the dance when we cannot see, to write a new song when the music stops, with lyrics that caress every tear that drops. For when the rhythm changes and tempo slows, we're called to dance. When the seeds we sowed, for life is hard, there is no doubt, but dancing through it is what life is about. Thank you. Now Reverend Megan will lead us in a time of meditation.
I think that's the first time I've heard a clap after the inspirational reading. That means it was a good one, Dorothy. Oh, so we just take this time to that journey from our head into our heart space to begin to feel the rhythm of our heart. And so I lead you with song into our meditation. You know the song Breathe. If you know it, you can sing with me, and we're going to include the chorus that is simply the words breathe. That's very appropriate going into meditation. So here we go. I breathe in, I breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, I know, I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, I know. So we take a moment to breathe. Closing your outer eye, we allow the vibration of our singing bowl to take you even deeper. So breathe in the vibrations, continue to breathe. Align with the vibration through your breath. Breathe. Breathe. And taking in an even deeper breath, feel the breath expanding within you. And consciously, with your exhale, know that you're releasing anything and everything, all those things that no longer align with your wholeness, with your divine nature. The things that you have used to its capacity and are ready to be released and transformed. So we breathe in the feeling of gratitude for our breath and the rhythm of my heartbeat that I align with. So align your breathing with the rhythm of your heartbeat. To just feel in sync with that natural flow of who and what you are. Nothing matters but the breath in this moment. If any thoughts come to mind, just gently observe them and let them move on. Bring your awareness back to your breath. For as I breathe, I allow myself to relax, to come to peace, so that I might be better able to listen to that still small voice, the guidance from within that is aligning me and guiding me into my next moment. And in the silence of my being, I simply notice my breathing and the rhythm of who I am. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And I gently follow my breath back into the physical awareness of this moment in time, of my body, the vibration of those around me. And I bring back into this moment any realizations that I had from simply being with my breath, with a sense of gratitude for all that is, as I open my eyes, refreshed, renewed, and at peace. So it is.
This is an old song by a group called Timber. As When the Logs Fall, the album is out of print. There was hardly any entries of it on YouTube. One of my favorite songs. It's called Part of What You Hear. When it comes down to showing what you know, you really know. When it all comes right back in your face, you won't feel half as tall. Don't underestimate your friend. Take the time to notice where you're going wrong. And if your plans for tomorrow fall apart from the very start, and you can't face another day alone, don't feel in the dark. Don't underestimate your friend. Take the time to try and find what's going on. I can't tell if I'm making myself clear. Part of how you live is part of what you hear. And I've heard good Lord, and I've felt kind. I've been known by the melodies that I weave, and I know my life ain't all that complete, but I still believe. Don't underestimate your friend. Take his hand when he offers it, give back your wrong. I can't tell if I'm making myself clear. Part of how you live is part of what you hear, and I've heard good Lord, and I've felt kind. I've been known by the melodies that I complete, but I still believe. Don't underestimate your friend. Take his hand when he offers it. Give back your own. No, don't underestimate your sweet, sweet friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dallas. That was beautiful. It's been dancing with chaos today. It's a beautiful thing. You know, I just realized that dancing is way more fun than chaos. So we're going to talk about it. So there were these three professionals sitting around debating which profession had been around the longest. Maybe you've thought about that. So the doctor says, well, the Bible says that God took out a rib from Adam to make woman. Since that clearly requires surgery, then the oldest profession is surely medicine. Well, the engineer shakes his head and he says, no. The Bible also says that God created the world out of void and chaos. So to do that, God must surely have been an engineer. Therefore, engineering is the oldest profession. The lawyer smiles smugly and leans discreetly forward and says, but who do you think created chaos? I apologize to any attorneys in the room. But we're going to find out that is not such a bad thing. So chaos is not something we think of as a spiritual practice, do we? Probably it hasn't occurred to you. But that is the spiritual practice that we are going to take a look at today from Robert Brummett's book, which I just remembered is over here. This one. Living Originally, Spiritual Practices to Transform Your Life, which we studied earlier this spring. But we're taking a look at some of the special practices that we missed out on. And so today we're looking at dancing with chaos. That really got my attention. So what could that look and feel like? How can it be spiritually transformative? So let's break it down and see how we can actually practice it. To most people, chaos means turmoil and confusion, something to be avoided to overcome as quickly as possible. Have you felt that way? Yeah. Chaos in the economy, chaos in the weather, or in world affairs. I'm not even going to mention politics. May trigger fear and a sense of insecurity in some of us. We fear chaos because outcomes are unpredictable, and there may be the potential for a great loss or harm to someone, right? So we would want to avoid those things. We have an aversion to mental and emotional chaos as well. When life seems turned upside down, or by some unexpected event or certain conditions, or by a loss of something familiar, a sudden death, loss of relationship or job, sudden financial crisis can catapult us into a chaotic emotional state. And we've all had some form of those experiences. And we try to maintain what is in the midst of it, right? We try to control the outcome, to stay safe. But the truth is, if we are unwilling to experience chaos, we may be avoiding the opportunities of transformation. And we say we'd like transformation because that's a good thing, right? So if we are seeking transformation, then we must be willing to find new and creative ways of relating to chaos. We must learn to dance with it. I like dancing. How about you? You know, there's something about the rhythm of just moving in the flow and being adaptable in a moment, right? So, what is chaos really? To the Greeks, chaos referred to the formless or void state preceding the creation of the universe or cosmos. More specifically, the initial gap created by the original separation of what we call heaven and earth, often referred to as formless primordial space. In Greek, chaos literally means emptiness, vast void, chasm, abyss, or to be wide open. That's interesting. Expanded consideration. So chaos, according to Brummett, and actually I want to share what he said in here. He said, considering chaos as formless primordial space, we look at the word primordial. In the science of biology, primordial means relating to the earliest stage of development of an organism. Now that's a little different. Chaos may be seen as the earliest stage of the formation of a new life. The word primordial, derived from the Latin primordium, literally means original. To live originally, then, from our divine self, is to live from this primordial ground of infinite possibility, which is the very source of life itself. The very source of life itself. So Brummett then continues referring to this in one of his other books, which we may study at some time in the future. It's called Birthing a Greater Reality. And he says conscious evolution, which is another way of saying creation, sometimes requires that we let go, I wouldn't say sometimes, always requires, that we let go of our existing world in order to birth a new one. And when we let go of this world, we enter into the realm of chaos, which is the place where all worlds are born. If we mindfully embrace chaos, we will birth a new world and new desires. That's really powerful and important. That in itself, then, can become a dance. A very interesting one, and perhaps one with very unfamiliar steps, which is why we probably tend to avoid it. Our cultural bias tells us that chaos is bad, that something is wrong or problematic. Chaos means that we are out of control, which is not highly valued in our present world. Who wants to be out of control, right? So chaos frightens the ego and shatters the ego's illusion of control. You may have noticed that. So Robert suggests that when we realize that this control is complete illusion, then we lose our fear of chaos and are willing to embrace it in the consciousness that it is offering us something more, something contained from within, the invisible to sight, that we cannot experience in the physical. You know how we tend to like, show me the way first, give me the blueprint, step by step, and the guaranteed outcome, then I'll do it, right? That's not how this works. So this is literally the creative process we're talking about that we studied last fall. So see how important it is we bring our attention back to it. And Brummett says, and creativity is itself a chaotic process. It's kind of messy. All transformative spiritual practice is a form of creativity. It is dancing with chaos. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, one must have a chaos inside oneself to give birth to a dancing star. Who wouldn't want to have a dancing star? So we have to acknowledge the chaos. But by consciously entering into the realm of chaos, then we enter into the dance of creation, and that is when a star is born. I like what Brummett said about dancing. He said, to dance, we must flow from the rhythm of the music. We know that. To dance with chaos, we must meet it with non-resistance and flow with its rhythm. Non-resistance. We learn to recognize the rhythm underlying the chaos and then flow with it. He refers to the originator of the Japanese martial art of Aikido, Morihei Ueshiba, who says, "Every moment is etched with nature's grand design. Do not try to deny or oppose the cosmic order of things." Our resistance prevents that is being called to be born to come forth. He says, beneath all chaos is an underlying pattern of emergence. And beneath this pattern, it's the genome for the new life seeking to be born. So dancing with chaos, which is somewhat like practicing Aikido, is learning to recognize and resonate with that emergent pattern. I love that. And so let's take a look at scientifically what we're talking about. Scientifically, we have seen new theories evolved around the concept of chaos. The chaos theory, you may have heard of, is understood as a discipline that studies the behavior of certain mathematical systems that are highly sensitive to initial conditions, that are both unpredictable and yet patterned. Contradictory, right? So the pattern set by an intention, which attracts a direction, but does not predict an exact outcome. The sensitivity is popularly referred to as the butterfly effect. Have you ever heard of that? It means absolute accuracy of any set of conditions is impossible, as subtle changes occur in the conditions of any long-term systems and cannot be predicted, which totally frustrates our human mind. We're like, no, I want to be able to predict it. Give me a guaranteed outcome. The formula has to work, right? So let's look at this idea of what the butterfly effect is. It's the concept that even a butterfly flapping its wings in Japan can affect the weather prediction in LA, making accurate predictability impossible because conditions can change without seeming cause. So we can give our weathermen a break. They can only predict so much, but if a butterfly flaps its wings and changes a condition that they can't see on the map, it's going to shift. So the principle of the butterfly effect tells us that everything we do has an impact. Everything we can do makes a difference. Every person who has stood for change, for what was good for humanity, for causing change in the world around them, has been a part of the butterfly effect, causing something new to emerge from a presenting chaotic or disruptive human condition. Jesus did that. The Civil War did that. Gandhi and Martin Luther King did that. Even the January 6th insurrection did that. Or those who courageously stand in the face of tragedy, every one of us in many ways has already caused a shift without being aware of it because of the choices we make and the vibration that we put into the universe. So the practice of dancing with chaos begins with the intention to dance with chaos. So you have to choose to do this. It's not something you do by accident. You choose to dance with chaos for the purpose of creating a new life or a new form, a new experience, a new result. We hold this intention during the course of our everyday life, and we look for opportunities to dance with chaos when it emerges. We choose to engage with it. So begin to recognize chaos when it arises. This is the practice. Look at those experiences of disappointment, disruption, or uncertainty or discomfort, and consider what is being called to emerge from within this experience. Chaos occurs when mental forms such as beliefs, assumptions, expectations, all those things are challenged and disrupted. And we don't like it. But it's necessary and it serves a purpose. The deeper the disruption and the deeper the chaotic experience, then the deeper potential for transformation. So recognize your responses to those experiences. Feel your emotions. Look at your thoughts. And then feel the sensations in your body. I had a great experience with that this morning. I had like so many things bouncing around and trying to remember, I swear if my head wasn't attached to my body, I would have left that at home too. So we have those moments. And somebody remind me, well, you are talking about dancing with chaos, right? So we call those experiences like, so sit with it. It's like, be with the rhythm. It's like, it's all okay. It's really okay. So that's why we had to do some breathing. And so we begin with awareness and then acceptance, the first two practices in the book that we looked at last spring, the core practices that we engage in daily. And then ask yourself, can I welcome this experience as a symptom of a deeper reality seeking birth? Something seeking expression. Ask, am I open to a greater reality emerging through this experience? Am I open? If I'm not, I'm in resistance, and it will feel more disruptive. So it could come in many forms and strength of impact. Just like this morning, my experience, it wasn't huge, but it was something to pay attention to. And it could be as simple as, I remember over a period of several weeks, every time I would go down to the waterfront, I would see an eagle. And it got my attention. And it was a moment for me just to breathe in the magnificence. And it was a reminder of my own inner strength and power, that I could soar like that too. So just take a moment. But it could be even bigger and more extreme disruption, like moving from abuse or fear, which is following an emergent call for something better and claiming a new life by leaving what is, to have the courage to walk away from what feels like it is disruptive or destroying me. And moving into that unknown, a possibility, something new, into the purpose of creating new life. It's calling for us to dismantle what is so a new form can be reconfigured. It might be like a puzzle that's changing shape. It's calling for some new dance steps. And it's something I've done many times in my life to different degrees. And I realized that when I was called into something that was so disruptive and literally having to walk away from abuse, is that I knew that if I did not make that choice, I did not know if I would survive, but that there was something resilient within me that said, no, there's something more waiting for you. Do you have the courage to step into, I have no idea how I'm going to survive this, but I must make a change. Have you been there? Have you had that experience? Of course you have. So the key factor is consciously surrendering to the process of the creative chaos with a clear intention for transformation. I know as I step into this unfamiliar territory, I'm calling forth some transformation for good, for a realignment of wholeness. And so know that as you do, you will see the universe itself as attempting to evolve through you. The universe is attempting to evolve through you. Just take that in. So it is not resignation or living aimlessly, but harmonizing ourselves with the emerging flow of universal creativity. Becoming a conscious co-creator with the energy wanting to emerge, to be creating new worlds without effort, as is meant by this beautiful Tao Te Ching verse. I just invite you to close your eyes to listen to this. The Tao of heaven does not strive, and yet it overcomes. It does not speak, and yet it is answered. It does not ask, yet it is supplied with all it needs. It seems at ease, and yet it follows a plan. What speaks to you in that? Robert Brummett says, so watch for chaos as it arises. Bow to it. Greet it as a new dance partner. Listen to its silent music and feel its rhythm in your body. Let the intention for transformation be the vibrational pull that shapes your life experiences. And then simply step into the dance floor. Yes, we are called to dance with the rhythm of living. Because in dance, partners are both independent and united. They are united by a rhythm to which they are synchronized, and yet they must be aware of themselves and their partner and the rhythm all at the same time. And if we think about our steps too much, what happens? We step on each other's toes. We step out of rhythm, right? But we can step right back into it. So to dance with chaos, we must learn its rhythm. We must perceive its hidden patterns, be willing to discover new steps, a new dance, and have fun with it. It's meant to be fun. Something within us is being called to emerge. Are you willing to pay attention, to notice, to evolve and create with it? So in this practice, we begin to see what is presenting itself to us as the possibility of birthing something even more beautiful into existence, and perhaps something beyond what you can conceive of yet. We begin to move in a new way to figure out what is being required of us, what works, what doesn't, as we dance with this new, seemingly unformed reality, asking Spirit to take the lead. See, if you try to take the lead, guess what happens? Spirit takes the lead. So listening from within to its guidance and its direction. It'll let you know when you're out of rhythm. So this place of chaos is also requiring something new from us. We have to participate in this. And we may find that what we're used to doing no longer works for us anymore. Even our spiritual practices may not support us in the same way. So we need to shake it up and do something different, and that's what this practice of dancing with chaos is all about. To try a new form of practice, and the special practices, the last 5 in the end of the book, are those practices when you need to shake it up, when you need to do something different, you go to that. That's what the dance is about. So what are you doing today that will put into motion something new effect in the world for the future of humanity? And you may or may not ever know what that is. What are you putting into motion for the future of your life experience? Or for the future of Unity of South Sound? Our willingness to dance with chaos is choosing to be the butterfly that makes the difference for both the transformation of humanity to come and ourselves in every aspect of life we touch. So in closing, I want to share with you another powerful poem. This one's by T.S. Eliot. At the still point of the turning world, neither flesh nor fleshless, at the still point, there the dance is, but neither at rest nor movement. And do not call it fixity, where past and future are gathered, neither movement from nor toward, neither ascent nor decline, except for the point, the still point. There would be no dance, and there is only the dance. Brummett relates to this in our practice by concluding, the dance itself occurs in the world of time, space, and form. The still point exists only in the external present, which is beyond time and space itself. So paradoxically, these exist simultaneously, and they depend upon each other. We can experience the still point in the midst of the dance. We can experience the timeless while active in the world of time and space. This is what it means to be in the world but not of it. This is what it means to live originally in the midst of the dance of life. And so it is. Have fun with your dance.
I was just trying to shake it up and do something different, but it didn't work. I like to find out where I am. As you can see, this is a place of joy and laughter and fun, and so I'd like to welcome our newcomers and our live streamers. We want to thank all of you who may be joining us for your first time here or online. We want to thank you for sharing your consciousness and your love with us. I can feel it in this room. I also want you to know that there is a welcome packet in the back. There's also a book. If you're here for the first time, if you'd please sign in so that we may welcome you again. And if this is the second time you've joined us, welcome back. And if you've been with us for some time now, welcome home. And to all of our friends, we want to share our unity blessing. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity you are. At this time, we'd like to invite our ushers forward to prepare for our love offering and for Dallas to prepare for his next song. This is a time in our service where we get a chance to share our financial blessings with our community. There are many ways that we can do so. You can give through our Facebook page by clicking on the donation button on the top right. It's easy and secure. You can call our office, talk to Heidi. You can mail it to us, or if you're here in person, there are now offering envelopes in the back of the pews, and you can drop your envelopes or gift into the offering plate as it is passed down to you now. Whatever way you make your tithes and your intentional giving, we hold these love offerings in this moment, in our hands, in our hearts, and we affirm together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am in perfect balance and flow with the universal tides of giving and receiving. We are truly blessed. Amen. Dallas?
And you're welcome to sing along with the chorus on this one too. Love cover me.
Time has unfolded me, it is made clear to me, life's nothing less than sublime. With every thought I make, with every breath I take, may I be gracious and kind. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. activates, slowly flow out of my mind. Find me a melody, dance, and let this anthem be. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Cover me. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. All right, here's some work for you. Here we go. Love, 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 love. Anybody that can join me. Love, 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 love. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Love, cover Be covered, y'all. Be covered in love.
So much. It's beautiful. Now we have some very special announcements, starting out with a very special volunteer that we would like to acknowledge this morning.
So it's the second Sunday of the month, and I love the opportunity of acknowledging those that have been in sacred service that have really made a difference, because we wouldn't be a community and have all that we have to be able to offer you without the many ways that people step up and participate in Unity of South Sound. And so today I want to invite Anita Landry to come forward, and she is somebody that has made a difference. Is she with the kids? Somebody go get her, please. She serves with the Uniteens and as a facilitator of that classroom. She is somebody that has been our graphic designer for our Faith in Action program. She's very creative. She is the team lead of our platform assistant team, so she schedules and she works with me in the training and the facilitating of our platform assistance. And so she makes a very deep impact in this community. So I wanted to acknowledge her today. But while we're waiting for her to come, I want to, the ushers, if you come forward, I'm going to go ahead and have them pass the, oh, is that, they just ran off that way? Can you come down? Okay. So we're dancing with chaos this morning. Isn't this really fun? How the universe provides the opportunity to demonstrate what we talk about. And so as the ushers come forward, we're going to pass the clipboards because I would like you to each consider how you might be of sacred service to this ministry. And we have a lot of areas that could use some extra team members, our ushers and greeters, for instance. You know, we're expanding that. Our hospitality team is we're expanding that and what we can offer you. We would like to be creating an event team so that we have 2 or 3 people that are the go-to people whenever we have a special event and we're planning something, that they take charge and they call forth the team in the moment as we need it. For instance, our Faith in Action. We have some special fun activities that are in the planning stage for this fall. So a couple of other things, community outreach, and Dorothy's going to talk about there's some opportunities to be a part of our community outreach teams and all the things that we're doing. And one other thing that I just want to plant a little seed for is that we would like to be able to create a deeper awareness of the community around us. So the thought is, what if we identified the different places that we could post a flyer, community boards, grocery stores, maybe holistic practitioners, chiropractors' offices that might be willing to post events and things like that. So if somebody or a couple of you could start making a list and then be willing to distribute when we have things, that we can spread the word a lot more effectively. So planting seeds there. Anita, we love you, we bless you, we so appreciate you, and we have an appreciation for you. There's a little gift in here where you can choose a book from our book cabinet as a gift. And this rose is specially from my garden, so it's very fresh, and it represents the spiritual unfoldment of your beauty. So thank you for serving Unity of South Sound. So I want you to all join with me as we bless her. Anita, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity you are. God bless you. Thank you. You can go ahead and pass those clipboards now. We're going to have another round of it too, so.
I'm so grateful for Anita. Can you imagine if she hadn't trained me, what would happen? Will you? We have a few announcements to highlight for you this morning, and we would like you to know that you can keep up to date on all of our activities and our Sunday services by subscribing to our weekly newsletter, the e-blast. Go to our homepage and click on the newsletter sign up button, and I believe you can sign up at the back of the sanctuary, of the sanctuary, back of the sanctuary as well. You notice that clipboards are going around. Was a Nike thing that said, just do it. And there's another one that says, do it now. So some of the things that I'm going to be talking to you about, sign up for them and now, and you won't have to worry about going online and signing up for them.
Oh, and reminds me that if you're not sure where you want to serve, sign up. And one of our sacred service coordinators will call you to talk about how you can share your gifts. So if you would just like to be of service, let us know. Thank you.
Speaking of signing up now and about something, after service, it's a beautiful day today, and after service, about 12:30, we'll be meeting at Dune Peninsula Park for a walk and talk with Reverend Megan. If you're planning to join us, please park at the Dune Peninsula Park and meet us at the telescope. If the parking is a bit sketchy, there is parking around the area, and we will wait for you for about 10 minutes. Is that correct? Yeah. Bring your doggies. Doggies are welcome, and they should be friendly with other dogs, and they should keep you on their leash. Today, today's conversation will be on awareness, and we can't wait to explore it with you. Bead parties. Join us for some fun and connection as we tie tags and ribbons to 1,400 strands of rainbow beads that are now on the 4th floor, I understand, thanks to some very strong people, and that we will lovingly hand out at the Tacoma Pride Festival attendees in July. This is a wonderful way for us to outreach to our community. Heidi Maloney and Joey Sandal Hill are hosting the parties. Can you imagine what these parties are going to be like? And we have 2 dates available. Refreshments will be provided, and both parties will be held here at the Spire on the 1st floor, so they get to come down from the 4th floor to good exercise, good exercise. Unity Kids Camp. Our Northwest Region's Unity Kids Camp will be held at the Camp Cedar Ridge in Oregon, July 1 through the 4th. More information is available in our e-blast or by contacting our youth director, Jennifer Richardson. We also have this wonderful video to show you, and you might recognize a few people.
I remember my first time going, I was really nervous about spending a week away from my dad. I was really nervous. And when I met my first counselor, she just immediately gave me this big hug and said, we're making name tags. And she was so excited. And so then I got really excited. And she was like, what's your favorite color? And I'm like, my favorite color is green. And she goes, I'm going to get you all the green markers I can. And I was just like, okay. Like immediately, I just felt so happy to be there.
Kids Camp is not only a spiritually educational environment, it is also a chance for your kid to allow their true light to shine and make connections with kids not unlike themselves.
I was a very energetic kid, and I think in most traditional areas in society, that's not something that's encouraged or celebrated, and I think it really was celebrated at Kids Camp.
Some of the most important components to that was having counselors and staff who were genuinely interested in supporting the love and the joy that children have, where it wasn't an attempt to structure camp and have these small humans fall into line and do all the right things. It was about creating a place of joy for all of the kids to be, where they didn't have to try to fit somebody else's ideal of what childhood looks like. They were allowed to be themselves.
So one of the themes from Kids Camp was be a noodle, dance or doodle, and I think that's still such a funny thing, and it's been going on in my mind. And the point of that camp was really to be yourself and trust that your inner light was there to guide you, and also that it's okay to be silly and be a noodle, and to continue to nurture that inner light is important, especially in childhood, and it has continued to impact me today.
You can just kind of be whoever you want to be at Kids Camp and feel loved and accepted fully. And so I think that's where the joy really came from for me as a child, was this place where I could go and not think that people would judge me or see me as something that I didn't want them to see me as.
It is an opportunity to learn to make connections in just an unashamed way, to be your true authentic self.
Yeah, the seeds that were planted that far back were probably like the ability to have close friendships.
The lessons that they will learn have an opportunity to just carry them through the rest of their life in such a cool way.
Kids Camp is something that kids could benefit so much from. But I really do think that the fact that my parents were willing to let me go off and experience this camp taught me so many more lessons than I think they even realized I would learn.
That genuine care for the universal perspective of a child, and to allow that to flourish, that's what's really important, I think, as a foundation for the camp.
So Kids Camp really for me was a place where I could be myself and learn that that was enough and that was important in life, and that you can go a lot of places if you just are yourself.
That's the main message, actually, is that you get a sense of peace and wholeness that sticks with you for the rest of your life.
There are few places left where kids are really allowed to be their full selves, and it's just such a wonderful place for kids to be a kid.
and that's to sign up for our Pride booth. We're currently seeking volunteers to help us run our Unity of South Sound booth at the Tacoma Pride Festival on Saturday, July 8th. We have broken the shifts into 2-hour increments, and we have loads of fun, hand out hundreds of beads, which you will make at the bead party. And if you're interested in spreading the word about Unity of South Sound to our community, this is a wonderful opportunity, and we would love to have you volunteer for a shift. Just please contact our office. It's a very easy peasy email address, office@unityofsouthsound.org. Another way that Unity of South Sound reaches out to our community is through our Project Paintbrush. We're now taking sign-ups for this season's Project Paintbrush. This is our 10th summer partnering with Paint Tacoma Beautiful to weatherize, paint, and transform the home of a low-income, disabled, or elderly homeowner in the Tacoma area. This may be our last summer participating in this event, so if you've loved it over these last 10 seasons, please come out and join us. We will begin this project with a prep day on Saturday, July 13th at 10 a.m. And on Sunday, August 5th, we will need all the volunteers on that day. And you know where you can find this information. I mean, if you don't remember what I'm saying now, you know where you can get it? E-Blast. If there are many ways to participate, even if you aren't able to help us paint or climb a ladder or whatever, you can still participate and enjoy. And you know, we build relationships by doing things together. So we're now accepting donations of trim cups, whatever they are, paint can liners, tubes of caulking, outdoor only, and painter's tape. Please see Heidi after the service if you have any questions. If she's not moving beads, that is. Now it's time to welcome in our young people.
I can let you know the ages for kids camp. If I knew the ages for kids camp, I believe it's 8? 7. It's 7. It's 7. Did you go when you were 7? So this is my son Luke, and he went to kids camp every year that he could go to kids camp.
Wow.
And then Unitreat, and now YOU. All right, so 7. It's 7 through 5th grade. So if they're in 5th grade now, they go to kids camp, and then the next year when they're in 6th grade, they go to Unitreat, and they become, over the summer, they become a Uniteam. So 7 years old through 5th grade. Yeah? Okay, you're welcome. So today in our classroom, we did talk about Dancing with Chaos. I had these 2 kids, and we kind of took the whole chaos and creativity angle, and we painted a mural. You'll be able to see it when you go in there, but each of us painted our own pictures, completely separate from each other, but then it created this whole, so it looks like chaos because it is not coherent, but it created what we then created a story about each picture and turned it into that creativity. And then YOU. And Uniteens met. Do you want to talk about? No? All right, so that's us.
Now we would like to bless you with our blessing. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity you are. Parents, if you have young children up here, But actually, if you have older children too, you can come up here, take their hands. Everyone else, we invite you to stand, if you're able, and hold your hands high as we sing with Michelle our peace song, sending peace throughout the entire world.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace and harmony. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now, our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love. The power of God protects us. I am the power. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And all is well. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at Owens Beach, which I missed, and next Sunday. Thank you.